He's intelligent, calculating, and always several steps ahead. But what makes him even more dangerous is his unpredictability.
Just what you've been waiting for. Movies, TV, music, and more. Follow, subscribe, stay up to date. Episodes drop every other Monday. It's the man, watch that. It's the man, watch that. It's the man, watch that podcast.
Welcome to the Matt Watch That podcast, the place for reviews, rants, and randomness. I'm your host, Matt Seroski, filmmaker, film fan. Each episode, I'm going to watch a movie or TV pilot that I probably should have seen, but never got around to. It could be a recent favorite, critic's choice, or cult classic. To join in on the conversation, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, at Matt Seroski. You can subscribe to my YouTube page where I'll post videos and clips from the show. If you have any opinions on what I've discussed, or suggestions as to what I should see next, use the hashtag MattWatchThat on social. Before we start, on this episode, we are celebrating the summer, the high watermark for both the film and music industries. It's a season of freedom, youth, and high-energy experiences, and the entertainment industry taps into this collective desire for escape and adventure. For big-budget films, it's the window where franchises dominate and cultural events are built around blockbusters, when studios strategically release the most expensive and high-profile films, aiming for maximum box office returns. For music festivals, it's the season when live experiences and fan engagement reach its peak. These festivals are critical, not only for artists to showcase new material, but also for the industry to generate significant revenue through ticket sales, merchandise, and brand partnerships, marked by iconic events like Coachella, Lollapalooza, Glastonbury, and Bonnaroo. Together, they form the cornerstone of entertainment for the year, making summer not only a lucrative time for the industry, but a defining moment in pop culture. On to the main attraction. Each review will end with a ranking out of 5 stars. 1 star is skip it, 2 stars watch at your own risk, 3 stars standard fare, 4 stars worth checking out, and 5 stars must see. Now, if I give a title 5 stars, it doesn't mean I'm comparing it to Casablanca, Jaws, or Seinfeld. I rank titles based on other movies or TV series in that genre and at that time period. On this episode of the podcast, I'll be reviewing The Bourne Identity from 2002. It was directed by Doug Liman, who helmed buddy comedy Swingers, crime comedy Go, action comedy Mr. and Mrs. Smith, dystopian sci-fi epic Edge of Tomorrow, and the Roadhouse remake. The screenplay was co-written by Tony Gilroy, who scribed sports rom-com The Cutting Edge, crime thriller Extreme Measures, supernatural horror The Devil's Advocate, sci-fi disaster film Armageddon, and Michael Clayton, which he was nominated for Best Writing, Original Screenplay, and Best Achievement in Directing, and William Blake Herron, who penned fantasy dramedy A Texas Funeral, comedy Role Models, and is the creator of series Agent X. It was based upon the book series by Robert Ludlum. This was not the first attempt to bring Jason Bourne to the screen. In 1988, a miniseries was produced by ABC, starring Richard Chamberlain in the title role, alongside Jaclyn Smith. It stars Matt Damon as Jason Bourne. After appearing in Mystic Pizza, School Ties, and Courage Under Fire, Damon's breakthrough came with Good Will Hunting, which he starred and co-wrote the screenplay with his childhood friend Ben Affleck, a project that would go on to win them both an Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay. His portrayal of Will, a troubled but brilliant young man, resonated with audiences and critics alike, earning him an Oscar nomination for Best Actor. This led to roles in the Spielberg World War II drama Saving Private Ryan, crime caper Rounders, dark comedy Dogma, and thriller The Talented Mr. Ripley. Then, of course, there's The Bourne Identity, a defining moment in Damon's career, turning him into an action hero. He continued to take on diverse roles, including his turn in Ocean's 11, playing the sly, fast-talking pickpocket Linus Caldwell. He delivered a memorable performance in Syriana, a political thriller about the oil industry, where he played an energy analyst caught in a web of corruption. In The Martian, he played astronaut Mark Watney, who's stranded on Mars and must use his wits to survive. The role earned him a Golden Globe and an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. Damon also pushed himself creatively with films like Behind the Candelabra, a biographical drama about the late pianist Liberace. He starred in Ford vs. Ferrari, portraying automotive legend Carroll Shelby alongside Christian Bale. Matt Damon's career has been marked by diversity, ambition, and authenticity. He's a rare talent who can navigate the delicate balance between commercial success and artistic expression. His ability to portray both the everyman and the extraordinary makes him a true Hollywood icon. The Bourne Identity also features Chris Cooper, Clive Owen, Brian Cox, Walton Goggins, and Julia Stiles. This is something to look out for. There are no traditional opening credits, only the title card. So let's jump into it. A mysterious man's body is pulled from the Mediterranean Sea by a passing fishing boat. He's riddled with bullets and has no ID, no memory, and no clue who he is. What he does have is a tiny laser projector embedded in his hip that displays a Swiss bank account number. We're immediately thrown into his amnesia-fueled quest for identity. He's calm but lethal, instinctively speaking multiple languages, and subduing threats with precision, even though he doesn't know why or how. In Zurich, he discovers a safety deposit box containing multiple passports, a gun, and a large sum of money, all under different names, including Jason Bourne, pointing to a dangerous past. Meanwhile, covert operations at the CIA realize their rogue asset, Bourne, is alive and active, and they start pulling strings to neutralize him. He becomes the target of a secret CIA program known as Treadstone. Bourne, unknowingly caught between powerful forces, goes on the run with Marie, a German drifter he bribes into driving him to Paris. As they uncover more of his past, it becomes clear that Bourne was part of a failed assassination attempt, and now his own agency wants him dead. Here's a quote without context. "How could I forget about you? You're the only person I know." The Bourne Identity is a smart, tense, and character-driven thriller that keeps you guessing every step of the way. It balances action with deep psychological exploration of identity and memory. What really sets The Bourne Identity apart from other spy thrillers is the way that it blends high-octane action with deep psychological tension. And I think that's what makes it so special. It's not just an action movie with some car chases and fight scenes. It's a character-driven thriller, where the action serves a larger purpose. Matt Damon's performance as Jason Bourne is fantastic. This is not the typical larger-than-life spy character. Bourne is not some smooth, suave agent with all the answers. Instead, he's a man completely disoriented and stripped of his past. He's vulnerable, he's confused, and at times, he's downright terrified. But through all that, he's also instinctively resourceful and a skilled fighter. Damon does a brilliant job of showing Bourne's internal struggle. This man is both a weapon and a human being, trying to figure out who he is, and that tension keeps us invested from start to finish. The Bourne Identity has some of the most grounded, realistic action sequences you'll ever see. There's no over-the-top, gravity-defying stunts. Instead, the film gives us raw, visceral moments. The fight scenes in particular are brutal. You feel every punch, every move. It's the kind of action that pulls you in and keeps you on the edge of your seat. The car chases feel practical and primal. The Paris car chase is a standout moment, but again, it's not about flashy moves or making Bourne look cool. It's frantic, it's fast, and it's all about survival. The camera work is tight, the editing is quick, and everything about the movie feels real and intense. The Bourne Identity isn't just a great action film, it's a smart one. It brought realism to a genre that needed grounding, gave us a protagonist that we could actually root for, and paved the way for spy thrillers that cared more about psychology than spectacle. Now for a little trivial trivia. Matt Damon trained in the Filipino martial art Kali and went through hours of gun training for the role. He also performed some of his own stunts, including climbing down the last 30 feet of a building. The Bourne Identity was distributed by Universal Pictures. It was filmed in Greece, France, the Czech Republic, Italy, Spain, and Switzerland. The cinematography was captured by Oliver Wood, whose filmography includes sports drama Rudy, music drama Mr. Holland's Opus, crime thriller Face Off, body swap comedy Freaky Friday, buddy comedy Step Brothers, and episodes of Miami Vice. It was edited by Sarah Klein, who worked on period drama The New World, superhero adventure Jumper, and medical thriller Asphalt City. He's been nominated for 2 Academy Awards for Best Film Editing of The Thin Red Line and Almost Famous. The score was composed by John Powell, who wrote the music for animated adventure Chicken Run, rom-com 2 Weeks Notice, and Caper, The Italian Job. He's been nominated for Best Achievement in Music Written for Motion Pictures of How to Train Your Dragon and Wicked. The soundtrack featured songs by Dave Gallagher, Adam Hamilton, Rudy, and Moby. The runtime is 1 hour 59 minutes. It had a budget of $60 million and grossed $214 million at the box office. There were 3 sequels, The Bourne Supremacy in 2004, The Bourne Ultimatum in 2007, and Jason Bourne in 2016. A spin-off with Jeremy Renner called The Bourne Legacy was released in 2012. On the Ski Index, I give it 4 out of 5 stars. If you've seen The Bourne Identity and have opinions on the movie, let me know what you think using the hashtag #MattWatchThat. Moving right along, each episode, I'm going to post clips that I think people should watch. It could be movie trailers, music videos, interviews, or something completely random. Search for my YouTube page and there'll be a playlist called Matt Watch That Playback. Lollapalooza is one of the most iconic and influential music festivals in the world, known for its eclectic mix of rock, alternative, hip-hop, electronic, and indie acts. Established in 1991 by Perry Farrell, the frontman of the alternative rock band Jane's Addiction, who wanted to create a platform for alternative music during a time when the mainstream scene was dominated by pop, glam rock, and heavy metal. He envisioned it as a traveling carnival of music, art, and activism. The festival's success in 1991 set the stage for future years, drawing tens of thousands of fans and establishing itself as a groundbreaking event in alternative music culture. It introduced the idea of large, multi-stage music festivals in North America and became a symbol of countercultural expression. Lollapalooza introduced the world to many groundbreaking artists, including Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Rage Against the Machine, and the Smashing Pumpkins. These bands became the faces of the 90s alternative rock movement, and Lollapalooza became synonymous with the rise of grunge and other alternative subcultures. By the late 1990s, the festival began to experience challenges. The alternative music scene, once dominated by grunge and post-punk bands, were starting to fragment, and the mainstream culture had shifted toward pop and nu metal. Attendance began to decline, and the festival's lineup struggled to capture the same level of cultural reverence it had in previous years. In 1998, Lollapalooza experienced a significant decline in ticket sales, leading to the decision to put the festival on hiatus. In 2005, Lollapalooza returned, but this time, it was set as a destination festival, held annually in Chicago's Grant Park, rather than a traveling event. This marked a turning point, as it transitioned to a multi-day urban gathering. The lineup now mixed contemporary rock, indie, electronic, hip-hop, and more, which helped attract a broader audience. Lollapalooza's brand had expanded internationally since 2011, with the festival now held in various countries around the world, including Chile, Brazil, Argentina, Germany, and France. The international festivals maintain the same core spirit of Lollapalooza, showcasing diverse musical acts, social awareness, and community engagement, but each city brings its unique flavor and culture to the event. In the US, Lollapalooza has continued to grow, featuring headliners like Red Hot Chili Peppers, The Weeknd, Travis Scott, Lorde, and Rihanna. From its beginnings in 1991 as a touring alternative rock festival to its current status as a global music institution, Lollapalooza has had a profound impact on the music festival industry. Its evolution reflects changes in the music world, cultural trends, and the increasing globalization of the music scene. As Lollapalooza celebrates its legacy, it continues to serve as a symbol of musical diversity, cultural exchange, and artistic freedom. I've selected a couple of clips of performances from various Lollapaloozas. They're all available in the Matt Watch That Playback playlist on YouTube. Check it out. Now it's time for the recommendation. Yes, that's the word recommendation with Matt in the middle. I'm going to end each podcast with my own recommendation of a movie or TV series. Today I'm talking about Speed. The movie kicks off with an intense hostage situation in a high-rise building. LAPD officer Jack Traven is part of a SWAT team that responds to a distress call when a bomber, Howard Payne, takes a group of people hostage in an elevator. After a tense standoff, Jack successfully saves the hostages, but Payne manages to escape. Soon after, a bus explodes, and Jack gets a phone call from Payne, who taunts him and threatens to detonate bombs unless he meets his demands. Payne's twisted game forces Jack into a terrifying new scenario. A bomb is rigged on a city bus, and if the bus slows below 50 miles per hour, it will explode. Jack races to find the bus and hopes to reach it before disaster occurs. It stars Keanu Reeves, Dennis Hopper, Sandra Bullock, and Jeff Daniels. It also features Joe Morton, Alan Ruck, Richard Lineback, and Glenn Plummer. It was directed by Jan de Bont, who would go on to helm another high-octane thriller, Twister, and was written by Graham Yost, showrunner of Justified. Speed is a quintessential 90s action thriller that, despite its simple premise, packs a punch with its relentless pace, innovative action sequences, and iconic performances. It's a film that masterfully plays on the concept of tension, constantly pushing its characters and its audience to the edge. A big part of Speed's success is its character dynamics, particularly the unlikely partnership between Jack and Annie. While Jack is the stoic, no-nonsense action hero, Annie starts off as a regular woman caught in an extraordinary situation. What's compelling here is how Annie's character evolves. She goes from a terrified bus passenger to an active participant in the action. The chemistry between Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock works because it's grounded in humor and relatability. On the flip side, Dennis Hopper's portrayal of Howard Payne is a masterclass in villainy. Payne isn't just like the standard bad guy. He's intelligent, calculating, and always several steps ahead. But what makes him even more dangerous is his unpredictability. Hopper gives Payne a charismatic, almost charming air, which makes him even more chilling when the darker side emerges. Speed is one of those rare action movies that still feels fresh even decades later. It's not just about explosions and spectacle, although it certainly has those. It's about creating a sense of tension that grips you from start to finish. It's a perfect blend of pulse-pounding sequences and relatable characters caught in impossible situations. The ultimate summer blockbuster. That's all for this edition of Matt Watch That. Thanks for listening to me babble. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Matt Seroski. You can subscribe to my YouTube page where I'll post videos and clips from the show. If you have any opinions on what I've discussed, or suggestions as to what movie or TV pilot I should see, use the hashtag MattWatchThat on social. Head over to mattseroski.com for all the latest news and updates, and come back next time for the reviews, rants, and randomness. Annie starts off as a regular woman caught in an extraordinary... What word did I just say? Particularly the unlikely partnership between Jack and Diane. Jack and Annie. Not Jack and Diane. They were the kids doing the best they can. The international festivals maintain the same core spirit of Lollapalooza. Ugh. I'm disgusted.